politics dressed as comedy. Who's outraged? Who's doubling down? The GGHOP is here to turn it all around with an ancient idea called having fun. Sounds a little scary, stick around, don't run. In the next 60 minutes, begging you to try. Open up your echo chamber and ditch your tribe. There's just one mission by which we're led, to put a big fat smile upon your head. The song is almost done, time to start the show, but there might be something left that you'd like to know. What's GGHOP mean? It's your right to ask. The guaranteed, genuine, honest to goodness 1 hour podcast. And welcome to the guaranteed, genuine, honest to goodness 1 hour podcast. It is Friday, January 12th. Very good. We were just sitting around here talking about dead moms. You should join us. Hilarious show we got planned for you today. We're broadcasting from the tap room of the Frankfurt Beer Works.
Frankfurt Beer Works.
In the heart of the Christian Ridge Historic District, and we're all super sponsored by Wilson Farm Market in Arcadia. Now today, just to get started, the benefactor, Scott Wilson, was supposed to be here. He couldn't make it. He's currently on his way back from Florida. I can tell you're really affected. Maybe you out there will be more sad. I'll get a reaction from you.
Thank you
for joining us today.
Weather's a little nicer down there than it is here, I'll tell you that.
It is. And then we wanted to reschedule the next couple of weeks, but they are taking care of the Indianapolis home show.
Safe
He's already got stuff going on.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
When the state fair is there, he provides all the corn, for God's sakes, to the state fair. So if you eat a piece of corn at a state fair in Indiana, he grew it.
That's crazy.
So he's always
Wow.
busy. So sometime in February, we'll have him come in. He'll slow down before we get into planning season, and then he's gone.
And then we're just screwed.
Yeah, then we're screwed. So today it's just us again, but we got a great one. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm telling you, this is the one.
We're excited.
I mean, apparently our wedding talk was pretty good.
Yeah,
on the last one.
We didn't do too bad. You know what I mean? But it's fun to have a guest, but when we don't, we do just fine. But we do have a guest coming up Monday. Most people have off. Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
I think it's kind of half and half, maybe.
I think they play basketball that day, right? Double headers and stuff, don't they? Under big games.
No idea.
Okay, all right. So we'll assume there's some sort of probably game
going on.
Celtics versus somebody. So Monday, January 15th, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, we're going to have a guest with an African-American perspective. It's Jay Large.
Nice.
No, he's a white guy. I'm just kidding. He's The jokes are already rolling. I told you today was going to be a special day. Special. So join us Monday. Jay Large does been doing sound for weddings and events for probably 30 years. So regale us with some tales of bridezillas and such. That whole type of thing.
Yes.
Okay. Also, still looking for followers. If you follow us, get to 100,000 views on a video. We're wearing the jalapeno cheddar loaf bikini. Don't forget, we're creeping. Got 30 some on Rumble and like 14 or 15 on the YouTube. So we're heading the right direction.
We're getting there.
I'm looking at Karen. I'm constantly impressing Karen.
If there's any episodes,
Karen's
people out there
still
people that watch us on the regular, or listen to us on the regular, if there's any episode you like, repost it, share it, let other people know.
We would appreciate that. Yeah. Sorry, I'm taking a sip.
Yeah.
You are a sip.
Okay. A simp.
A simp.
Now through February 1st, the Milk Lemonade at Wilson Farm Market Fudge is made. Again, you can just drop an email. And see, this is the thing. I've had people ask me, how can I buy the shirt? Where do you buy the shirt? Where's the shop for the shirt? I'm like, there isn't a shop for the shirt. If you'll just enter this and win this, or like the thing we have later I tell you about, you just send an email, I'll give you a damn shirt.
Yeah.
It's real simple.
Easy.
This is real simple. I'm not
While
fooling
supplies
anybody.
last, and we have supplies.
Yes, we do have supplies. And you go to other podcasts and things, and they're going to want you to sign up to something and receive the newsletter, whatever. Man, you can just enter this, not follow, not watch. Maybe that's what most people are doing.
Well done. It's America. Do what you want. So anyway,
Okay.
milk lemonade at Wilson Farm Market. Fudge is
Fudge is
made. This
made.
is a gallon of Dandy Breeze chocolate milk and about $90 worth of fudge
Shit ton of
from the
fudge and
bakery.
cookies.
Fudge and
I think
cookies.
we would do cookies too because there's
Yeah,
a lot of delicious
got
stuff.
to.
So all you have to do is send an email to TheGGHOP and just say, I want to win the fudge.
I
wanna
imagine
win
right
the
about
milk."
now they're probably making those.
Right about now.
Right about funk soul brother.
Yeah.
Anyway, those red cookies at Valentine's Day with the white chocolate and stuff in them.
Oh, yeah.
Those things are
Oh,
fantastic.
tasty. See, never too early to think about Valentine's Day.
Now I don't know if they got them there at the Wilson's Farm Market, but I guarantee you they probably are working on it.
If you can't find something in that bakery
Oh,
to
yeah.
get you laid, you're fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You must have something wrong with you.
That's a sad.
Wilson Farm Market, getting you laid. I think that was
laid.
that was the original, and now it's the fresh taste of the country.
Yeah.
They switched it. Wilson Farm Market, getting you laid. So milk, lemonade, Wilson Farm Market, getting you laid. That's where fudge is made. No,
There might be fudge
like
in the back.
I like
It was
that.
unintentional.
There's a contest. I
Later
signed
this
up
summer, a little more skin.
What was that
Okay.
email again?
Well, it's the GGHOP, and then also you want to win a shirt. You want to get a shirt for nothing, for zero. Let us give you some advice. And we all pull
Yeah.
together, but the dear guy who went to college a second time in pursuit of a PhD in psychiatry, but failed, and got a bachelor in psychology, but did work in a psych lab, but also ended up being a stay-home dad that worked part-time at a Pizza King. I can help you with relationship advice, maybe your car trouble. I'm good at that.
Yeah.
House problems.
Finances.
Yeah, and the GGHOP. You just put dear guy. You don't have to do the whole thing. And if we read yours on air, which we wouldn't read your last name to protect your anonymity, we'll give you a shirt. That's
It's
how you get a shirt.
probably-
You don't have to pay for it at all. Just send them in.
It's probably one of those things where people are thinking, well, how can you do an anonymous letter
Sure.
to dear guy?
Well,
but that's kind of hard.
I will know, but I'm not going to share it or say it. on
Give
the
us
show.
give us a funny fake name.
Sure, just we'll just
Yeah.
make up a fake account like
Yeah.
everybody does on YouTube when they put comments on.
Right?
You totally suck. You're a dumbass. You're a fucking idiot. Then you go there. 3 videos.
AI bot, 0 posts.
Yes.
Following 1,000.
That's
Yeah.
the spirit, right?
Everybody's
Weak.
got a Vogue or dud email out there. I know you
Or
do.
we could also, if somebody has topics or ideas that we want to talk about on the show,
Yeah.
if we read one of theirs or do one of their topics, we can send them a shirt.
If we mention your email on here, you get a shirt.
Yep.
There you
And
go.
it's a nice shirt. I'm wearing it. Can you
It
see that?
pops too.
It does pop. Got the logo.
Those 2 of those balls are almost on your nipples.
Right?
Very sensitive on my nipples.
I was guessing.
Yeah.
So, to get started for today, there's a couple of things. One I was going to talk about, but I didn't get rolling on it. But I think we could just talk about it for a second.
Okay.
When does the weekend start for you? When do you consider it the weekend?
Mid-afternoon Friday.
Mid-afternoon Friday. Okay. James?
Wednesday at
I
7:30
forgot.
a.m. Third shift guy. My schedule is just shit.
Yeah, okay. I forgot. You're the yeah.
But I can't
If you're
like.
third shift.
But physically and mentally, I can't be on any other shift. I don't feel right being on another shift. It's weird.
Comfortable on thirds.
I've basically worked third or a later second shift my entire adult life. Maybe 2 years worth
Yeah.
of, I don't give away how old I am, but hell, 45 in March.
Wow.
So about 28-ish years of working. And the last time I worked day shift was only for about 6 months. Couldn't do it.
Like, did you ever work third shift, Karen? Any job? You do a
I
third
had
shift
second
job?
shift.
Okay, but never did a third overnight job?
No.
Okay.
No. I mean, I've done overnight jobs, but not to get paid for.
Dirty girl over there. That's why we got you sitting over there, you crazy old thing. What was your second shift job? Late
I
night.
worked at Purdue University in building services, so I was a custodian.
Oh, like a maid. A maid.
Yeah,
You were
yeah.
a maid.
I did custodial work for the horticulture building. The first floor was my floor, and then a little later I transferred on to the Purdue Memorial Union, and yes, I was a maid.
Yeah. Well done. Did anything come of that?
I'm sorry?
A husband.
Did anything come of that?
Of being a maid?
Yeah. Was there any? You go in to clean
Dates
something and somebody's
or-
in there with no clothes on, one of those things. Somebody
There-
pulling that.
I got some stories.
Some weirdo.
Really? Well, tell one.
Oh no, she don't want to throw anybody under the bus, or do you?
Well, they're people at Purdue. We can know where we can know them.
So,
They-
no, it's a long time
They're
ago.
guests,
But
right? I mean, yeah.
yeah. So like you would get put on a floor, whatever. I don't know, remember what floor it would have been, 4th floor, 5th floor of the
This is
union.
the hotel in the Purdue
Yeah, the
Memorial
hotel
Union. Yeah.
And you would go in and clean the room, and if they were checked out, then you kind of save that, get the ones that are overnight stays, take care of their rooms first. And then so I did that, and I came across this one room, and when I opened the door, I realized it was a checkout. I realized something had gone wrong.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
a death.
Was it a smell? Was it a visual?
The furniture, the dresser was moved, and that's not necessarily attached to the wall, but the beds are like on a base.
Oh,
okay. Okay. And like things were so array. And as I got going and trying to like take everything out, because normally they put an extra cloth on the cloth or spread on the bedspread, so you don't always have to wash a bedspread unless you have to wash the bedspread. You know what I mean? If you've been to a hotel.
Oh, the dirty underbelly secrets of the Purdue Memorial Union.
Let me just say,
Yeah.
I found poo in the bed.
Oh, no.
There were so many things wrong in that situation. And I was young enough that I was like,
Where'd
my
Amber
God.
Heard go to college?
That's how it goes. I don't know, but I was scared.
You're ready to check out, Mr. Depp. Was it an actual one you could put your hand on, or was it just streaked everywhere like it was?
Did it look like it was played with? Is what he's trying to say.
Was it
I
hard that you
think-
could just move it, or was it just like spread?
All I could think was there had to be like anal sex in that room.
Okay, it was
That's
like off
all
the
I could think
wall.
about. And I just crumbled all that whole thing up and I threw it all in the trash.
Set on
It
fire.
was terrifying.
Wow.
Terrifying. I mean, like they took the shower curtain down. I mean, they were having a big fucking party.
So when
It was
you went to that
crazy.
room and you did that,
Yeah.
then do you go back and write on some ticket like ruined shower curtain? And then those people are charged for that, or does they get away with
Destroyed butt stuff.
Destroyed.
Yes.
Destroyed.
it? Due to
I
butt
don't
stuff.
know. I don't know. It was long enough ago. I don't remember how I reported it, but I just know it was tragic and scarred me for life. Therefore,
No, that was a pretty shitty story. Thank you.
Yeah,
I
very
am a
shitty.
dad.
very shitty story.
Now, do you have any stories where you went in and somebody like left like a tip, you went in there and there was something
Yeah.
really nice for you?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
what's the nicest thing you received as a maid?
So they
besides
get
a
fruit
Tumultuous
baskets.
orgasm. Go ahead.
They get fruit baskets, like someone will, whether it's parents that are staying, somebody will order a fruit basket from the union. And so I have a certain cookie that I really liked, and I always thought it was really sweet when they left those for me.
Oh.
And I did also get, like tips with cash and stuff.
Yeah.
There was one time I luckily didn't have to do it, but someone passed away.
In a room while
Yeah.
they were staying there.
Yeah.
And that wasn't
was
your
sad.
not the
I
one you were
didn't-
taking care of?
It was on my floor, but I don't know what.
Was it a
We
guy?
had two people on the floor, two women. That
Did you have people
cleaned.
there that were like always regulars?
No, but you know what? The football team used to stay there during training,
Oh yeah.
and those floors, those rooms.
Pretty gnarly.
Bo.
There's a lot to
But I
watch.
got really lucky though because they would always be in practice, so I wouldn't have to, be on the floor with a whole bunch of guys.
Yeah.
That would be freaky.
So you didn't want that. You didn't have any kind of
No.
fantasy of walking in on the offensive lineman. and-
No, I no,
No.
that would have scared
You like
me.
the scat backs.
The
Scat too, huh?
Yeah,
right, with poo.
Scat
See what I
backs.
did there? Great.
There you go.
But there's something I was going to add to yours.
Oh, I'm sure you were gonna.
You said you got cookies. People were nice to you.
Yeah, I did good.
How did-
good?
How did people know what cookies to buy you?
That's what
Well,
I was. That's
no,
why
no,
I was
no,
asking
no.
about regulars because I was like, oh, if they're regulars, they know.
Them because maybe they didn't like them. Little did they know I love them.
Oh, so you're eating people's leftovers?
Yeah.
The treat.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought this was something that someone bought you. I can see this is extra food that people didn't eat.
No, it was leftover.
I also got pizza and some pieces of hot dog and hamburger and
Cigarette butts out of the
cigarette
ashtray.
butts out of the ashtray. The
Yeah.
person who died though, was it a male or female? Do you remember what
I believe it was a male.
male? Imagine what that person walked in on. You thought it was a sex thing. There's some guy in there who's not talking with a huge boner and he won't answer me. Oh, wait a minute. He's stiff.
Yeah.
I know. That's what I told you. No, he's stiff. Cool. I never, yeah.
Yeah.
Very
I
good.
don't think I'd go back to that, cleaning hotel rooms.
You worked at Purdue a lot. Then, so after that is when you worked the opposite shift, right? Your first shift and you were like a baker?
I
In like a
did
union?
first shift for the hotel.
Okay. But then
mean-
didn't you work like, you said you had to make like bread somewhere?
Yeah,
early.
and then eventually I worked my way to
had a
Eli
poo
Lilly.
removal
Yeah.
into
Eli Lilly, subcontracted through Sodesco Food, and so I worked there and had an early shift, and then I left there and went back to Purdue and worked in the dorms and the kitchens.
totally.
And my last job there was Hillenbrand Hall, and I was in charge of. Right at the end of my career, there was in charge of the bakery, so I had to be there by like 4.
It's early.
But it was awesome.
You love
She liked
baking
it.
stuff, huh?
I did ovens. You can bake. Wait, what?
Well, you also eat the cookies fresh instead of the ones that have fallen off the people's plates.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You were working your way up. That's good. And that's what
yeah.
it's about.
I worked my way
You
up.
start low, you work your way up. Well, for me, for the weekend, see, I'm doing the traditional. I mean, I didn't do a lot of third shift. I had one third shift job ever, but I would say like actually Thursday, because I call Thursday the new Friday.
There you
Because
go.
I feel that when you have a job and you go Monday through Friday, that Friday's usually probably less work and people kind of tend to fuck off. So Friday, like who cares, you know? So Thursday to me is when that's when it starts to build.
The mode starts to feel like it's changing.
yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Because Sunday's
sure.
usually just a day of rest. So
That's right. And Sunday's kind of like the letdown day.
yeah.
But this weekend, very nice, MLK Junior Day on Monday, so extended weekend for
Extended
everybody. Most people.
weekend.
Well, we've been talking about some jobs here, and this folds well really into what we got right here. So I went to Indeed.com, where you can find a job. I guess that's a place where you go.
So I've gotten the last 3 jobs. I guess.
Nice. Really? From Indeed?
Well, at least the last 2, yeah.
Well done. You're a user
Of Indeed.
of Indeed. Occasional user.
Yeah, right.
So they got this article here.
I've actually been on Indeed at a job, and then
Yeah,
that was when
while you're still using Indeed to
While
get
they were
out of
asking me why I wasn't working, I was looking up another job on Indeed. Yeah.
Nice. 15 signs you hate your job and what to do about it.
Well, there's one. Yeah.
Now this one we're going to go through. Most of the what to do about it boiled down to communication. Like if you have a problem with a boss, you think your workload is too much, or it boils down to like introspection. So if you hate this job so much, what is it that you've done or what is going on here? So it's not bad, but we'll go through the 15 signs that you hate your job, and we could talk about them because we've all had some wacky jobs. You as a part-time sanitation bakery person,
Fecal remover.
fecal removal specialist.
My favorite was describing working as custodian as being a person that would pick off pubic hairs off the toilet seats. So anytime my kids,
Did you have to pick them off or you just wipe them off?
well,
Pick off sounds like you're saving them.
She's got tweezers, putting them all in
Look
an
at that
evidence
one.
bag.
I don't have one that looks like that.
look at that color.
But
Butterflies
that's
and
special.
shit. You're saving insects, but you're doing it with pubes. Yeah.
That's a thing.
It's an
I
awesome
became
job,
really
Karen.
conscious of
You
that.
could like weave them together and make
Please
something, sell them on the side.
That's a whole other show.
She's making a macrame basket of pubes from the college. That's not very cool.
That would take years and years.
Like the
to
old
do.
Pee Wee Herman
Now,
ball with the
what
gum or the
is-
you can go
Instead of the
rolling it
foil
out.
ball,
Yeah, the big
it's
foil
the pube ball.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a pube ball?
You could like iron them out.
Straighten them
maybe-
back out? Well, this pube talk is fantastic.
Tube talk.
So I'll read what assign people that tends to happen to. more often than
Okay.
not. So
Yeah.
the first one, okay.
Okay.
And maybe you've had none of these at your jobs that are bad.
I probably had half of them. Who knows?
Okay, so this was asking about the weekend too, because it starts with the first one. You get anxious at the end of every weekend. Just going back. Now that tends to be NFL coaches.
Right. Especially now.
Yeah.
But have you ever had a job where you see? That's okay. That's the first one. That's the weakest joke I have. They're going to get real good. So that's the weakest one. Have you ever had a job that you hated so much that when you started getting you poo job? Yeah. So there were times okay. James, did you have a job where you just dreading going in?
Basically all of them except for the one I got now.
Okay.
And then when I start, that's when I quit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you start feeling that way, you move
Yeah.
on.
Because
That's good.
Because my first job out of school, I was there for 13 years, and
Yeah.
like 8 of that was just me not wanting to be there.
What was that job?
Making oil seals, different random stuff, driving fork trucks, ran an overhead crane for a while. Standard factory work.
What made you want to get out of there?
Just the stress of being there for so long, just hamstering a wheel, not really doing a whole lot.
Yeah.
Got moved from a spot where I was higher up, then we lost they moved a bunch of jobs out of the plant, moved me back down to what I was originally doing when I started there.
Yeah.
And like 2 or
That
3
would
suck.
suck.
of that, and I was done.
Finished.
Yeah.
I think I remember you saying too, it was a lot like high school.
Oh yeah,
like
yeah. Clicks and things
stuff.
going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I never had this because I feel like, man, if your stomach hurts, like you need to fucking quit.
Yeah.
Don't stop.
Yeah.
Stop it. Whatever. Stop it.
Yeah.
I only have this kind of anxiousness once, and what happened was I was a teacher for like a decade, elementary school teacher. It was my first year. I taught 5th grade my first year. As it got closer to Christmas break, I talked to my class and I said, "Hey, the day before Christmas break, how about we do something different? And we'll do like a New Year's Eve theme thing because you're never at school when that stuff's going on because you're
Right,
on a break." I thought it might be fun. And so they thought it was, I had like this group of people, like the after school special. I mean, these guys were all top notch A+, like mega
Just a good
student.
group of kids,
Just
yeah.
great. I mean, there was no problems.
Yeah.
Totally good kids, worked really hard. Everybody really good. Okay. So we get this all planned out. We're going to bring in, some pop and stuff like that. And other rooms, they're watching Christmas movies. They're doing that kind
Right.
of stuff. I mean, everybody kind of, okay. Well, we had a principal there that was somewhat new and was just this mean, rattlesnakey, no fun, stick in the mud, punch bowl
Mr.
pisser.
Grinch.
And I'm not even going to say her name, but she was she was so bad that I worked there. How bad was she? She was so bad that after about 4 years of working there, we had to have something that's called a climate audit. Where,
Yeah, I've been a part of one of those before.
dude, where
you
you're
have to
such a
read
shitty fucking boss.
It's called reading the temperature to
Yeah.
see how everybody feels about what's going on.
Yeah, it's called let me make sure and get some good paper and literature so when I fucking fire you, I've got some good. So
We
had
used to call those union meetings.
Yeah. Well, we had teachers union too. And I don't know who made this happen, but and just as a side, when we did the climate audit, you talk to people and then you went and it's like Office Space.
Yeah,
you
like
talk to the
Office Space.
Bob.
Yeah, I gotta go talk to the Bob.
But then also you did this thing on a computer and just, whatever. And I talked to this one teacher who really did not like the principal. Okay. And I was like, hey, you got your chance to go and talk to him, and then undo the computer. Did you tell the truth? No, because they could track you. I'm like, God damn it. We're trying to get rid of this asshole, and you won't tell the truth when you're in a room by your fucking self? Jesus Christ. Anyhow, so back to the real story. So
you were a little stressed.
I was a little stressed.
your tummy
We're doing
hurt?
the New Year's Eve. And then New Year's Eve comes in the morning, the night before. It's like a Friday. I think how it worked. It shook out that Christmas break. It was a Friday. The night before, my stomach started hurting. In like a flu way. And then I wake up the next morning at like 2, and then I can't. I kept falling asleep, and I'm like, I can do it. Like, I'm gonna go in there. And I even went into school, and I'm like, I can do it. Like, I can just like not drink anything and not throw up all day, and I'll just get through today. It was my first year I was teaching. I didn't want to miss like right before a break, and we had all those plans. So I go in there. I'm there for like an hour, and I'm like, look, I gotta go. I'm just sick as a dog. So I leave. In comes a substitute. So I go. Then I get a text or something from this substitute like 2 or 3 days later and was like, hey, the principal came in and asked me what the hell I was doing with like risk and stuff like that. And she made everybody put everything up and put it away and went and made copies of like busy work shit for my kids and yelled at my sub. And the sub, you know, he's like, I was just doing what this asshole told me to do. You know, it wasn't her fault. Oh, you know.
No.
But yeah, so then I heard about that. And then so this is where the anxiousness comes in. So then I have the number of the principal. And so it's like Christmas Eve. And I just hear about this, like just getting ready to sit down to dinner and like, man, the principal's freaked out. So hey there, get the mess. It's Bill. Heard there was a little trouble while I was gone. So if you'd like to talk about that before we get back to break, just give me a call. I'll be around. Have a Merry Christmas. And she never called, you know.
No, of course not.
No. So that was the only time I was like, oh shit, when I go back, yeah, thank you. My first year teaching, I'm newly married, I'm with my family, and this asshole puts me through that. Nowadays, my son goes to school the day before, man, they're not even trying.
They don't even care.
Dude, they're eating cocoa, they're just watching, they're playing games, which is fine. It's the day before break, everybody's ready. I'm on their side. But yeah, that was the only time I was anxious to go back, and the only time I was really scared of that woman, because after that, I'd fucking had it. Because it's also weird being like mid-20s, you just got out of college, and I'm with a bunch of people in their 40s, and they're scared of some lady in her 50s.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Right?
Still fucking hate that asshole.
Like, they're still people. You can
That
still
woman
talk to
treated
them like
people
they're
so
fucking
bad.
people. Yeah.
These people were such good people. These teachers have been doing this for years, and they care like kids, and this woman just berate the shit out of them. I mean, I never want to punch a woman more than that. We need to move on, because I'm getting way pissed.
Are you anxious?
No, I'm not anxious. I'll whoop on somebody's ass. Okay, now let's move on. Okay, number 2. I don't know if you ever had this. Maybe you have had this. You experience newly occurring physical ailments. Now, this tends to be, most of the time, any security guard in retail in the San Francisco Bay Area. Getting a little better. They'll get better.
Why is that?
Why is that?
Yeah.
Because everyone breaks in and steals everything in San Francisco. I don't know if you've had a TV on, but the past 3 years, it's like a war zone.
I haven't. That's the awesome part.
That's what's going on.
How awesome is that?
And just let you know,
Not a fucking clue.
if you own a business in the San Francisco Bay Area, you've probably left. Yeah, there's no one there. It's all gone.
Who would have wanted to start there anyway?
Yeah. So, did you ever get any like physical? Probably not, maybe baking, get burned.
Yeah, I've got burns, but one of my funnier ones is
you got a physical ailment.
Worked as the custodian at the horticulture. I was not 21 yet.
You're supposed to be 21 to work there?
No. But I'm describing.
Okay.
I was young enough that most of the students were also close to my
your
age.
Gotcha.
There happened to be a person I like probably crushed on or whatever. Anyway, just in funniness, you always horse around, or we were outside throwing snowballs, and I don't know how I did it, but somehow he fell on top of me and I hit my chin.
Yeah, I'm trying real hard to let you finish. Go ahead.
Yeah, I realized. And
got tackled.
I had to get stitches. So like, because it was a work thing and I was on the clock,
I was going to bring that
I had
up.
to make up a story.
Okay.
And the story I made up had something to do with shoveling and shoveling snow, and the handle hit me in the chin. So I had to get a tetanus shot on top of all that.
Nice.
But you didn't even need it.
No.
Oh my God.
But it was kind of funny.
I was going to ask you when you were clocked in, what part of the description was when it snows, have snowball fight with students?
Yeah. Well, that's just it.
And also
there are none.
But also that the person that you were, that was a person that was a student in one of the horticulture classes?
Correct.
Okay. That's kind of different.
Yeah.
That could be a good story.
Yeah.
I'm just a young girl
And
being a janitor. And then I
later-
looked across the room and
I don't think he liked me enough at all.
it doesn't
but-
sound like it. He headbutted you.
Yeah, he headbutted me. But there was a time when I went to go visit my aunt in Evansville, Indiana, and that's where he lived in that area. And he picked me up for a date. And I remember just like trying real hard to tap that, but there was just no tapping that.
What?
I know.
Dude.
Sometimes those things don't work.
Ain't nothing wrong with you. There's something wrong with Will. There's something wrong with a guy.
Yeah.
He wanted to be your
What's the
friend.
problem? Yeah, he headbutted you in a
Wanted to be
snowball
your
fight.
friend.
Yeah, just wants to be friends.
Do you remember what happened
I
on
gave
the
him a
date?
dorm refrigerator too, and I never got it back, asshole.
Dude, what a dick.
Give her a fridge back.
Give the fridge back, you asshole. I'm sure you and Steven probably don't need it anymore. Give her fucking stuff back. Nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying, give her shit back. Be honest with you. I can't date you because I am gay. Just say it. Like, it's okay to just tell the truth.
That's okay.
Don't string her along.
Actually, he was probably more of a respectable person than I was at the time. Yeah.
Sure, you can call it that. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably.
I'm respectable. James, any physical
Yeah,
awful?
both the times I left the factory, it was basically because I'd had enough and my blood pressure wasn't going to allow me to be around there anymore.
Okay.
Every little thing would piss me off,
Yes.
and I always made it known of how pissed off I was about it. You know,
No.
I mean, but always in a
Great.
respectful way
Yeah.
until I felt it needed to be disrespectful. But last place I was at on fork trucks 24/7, so 10 hours a day, 4 days a week, sometimes an extra day of 10 or 12, sometimes 12 hours a day. So reach trucks, loading trucks, the sciatic or whatever in my back was kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
I'd wake up some mornings, couldn't turn my head a certain direction because I've been looking up the sky, taking stuff up in the sky for so long.
Gotcha.
When I worked Federal Mogul back in the day, it was more about my knee because you were only in like a small space. So you're just basically walking around in a small little confined space all the time.
Okay.
So my just knee and feet were just not having any of it.
Just brutal on your body.
Yeah. And then whenever that starts to happen, that's when I start to go to work angry. And then I ain't going to be there very much longer.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It doesn't take long.
Yeah.
Heads up, 7-Up.
So the job you have now, not as physical as
No,
those
it's
type of things.
physical, but I don't have to do any like, I'm not doing anything crazy repetitive. Yeah.
Okay, always something different.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you keep working the same muscles and
Yeah. I mean, I literally the other jobs I had, it was like part of my body was being neglected. So like if I'm on a fork truck all the time, the whole lower half of my body's being neglected.
yeah.
Yeah. And you're sitting in a fork truck all the time or standing in a fork truck all the time. The repetitiveness of it wears your body out pretty fast.
She's worried about your lower half not being neglected.
It's fine
Nobody
now.
wants that. It's raging.
It's being taken care of.
I bet it is. I bet it is. I have womanly hands that I've never done real work in my life, so I don't have a story for that one.
Oh, BS.
I've probably done some hands-on stuff, but not really like I was a construction guy or.
When you were younger, he was the Coke guy for a minute or Pepsi guy for a
Oh,
minute.
that was a weird ass.
You remember that? You had like a year or so of that?
That gets me.
That's
angry.
how me and you originally started talking when you were already graduated, but I was still in school. But you would always bring the stuff to the Walmart there.
Yeah.
And I would always do the Sam products while you were doing all those products so we could sit over for a couple hours and just bullshit every Sunday.
And that's why you're here.
That's back when they used to still keep the store closed till like noon.
Sure.
And then they would open it up. So we'd get everything done before everybody got there.
What I was doing was I worked at a small grocery store, and then a person that was bringing the drinks in said, "Hey," he said, "Could you fill the end caps for like Coca-Cola?"
Right.
So with this guy, I was like in college at the time and working. And again, I had like in Living Color. I used to be
Yeah,
one of the
yeah.
Jamaicans.
I
I
got
had like
7
5 jobs.
I got 5 jobs.
All these 2-hour jobs.
And I
that
work
have.
at the shoe store. Yeah.
And so this guy was like, "Hey, if you want, I'll just pay you like $20 or $40 every Saturday and Sunday. If you just come out and just kind of the stock is in the back, you can just bring it out." And so he did that, and he gave me like free drinks. So it was just this extra thing for cash and some drinks. It was really cool. And then one day, he wrote me a check, and it fucking bounced.
Oh.
And his name was Mike Shadowski. That's his fucking name. Wherever that big fat sack of shit went, this motherfucker wrote me a check for $40 goddamn dollars, and it bounced. And then I tried to call him on his phone, and he like said something shitty to me and hung up. Wherever the fuck you are, dickhead, you owe me 40 fucking bucks. Big old fat fucking slob. As you can tell, I've way gotten over it. Prick.
With,
So, yeah.
with inflation, that's like
Dickhead.
$120.
What a fucking fat dickhead. Okay, so told you today was going to be fun.
Let me ask you
Who the
about
fuck does that?
Let me ask you about
Fucked
some
up.
of your other jobs, huh?
But that was shitty. I mean, Jesus, man, don't write me a shitty bad check. I'm fucking 20, and he's like my age. Grow
Yeah,
the
like your
fuck
age now,
up.
yeah.
What a loser. So he's probably fucking dead, dickhead. All right, so the next one. Now I bet you've had this. You don't feel motivated. Now this tends to be people
Everybody.
who are selling phone book advertising. That's hard to get invited for that one. I swear they're going to get better. Mike. Okay.
Motivated for was the bakery, just because I could fucking make whatever I wanted.
And you like to do
And I
that.
like
and you
doing
enjoy
that.
of
Yeah.
all what that comes in.
But everything else, it was a
Yeah, lack of
hit
motivation.
the snooze 5 times and
Yeah,
speed all the way there because you know you're gonna be late.
yeah, I get it. I'm still fucking thinking about Mike and that check. Sorry,
Damn it.
I'm gonna get over it. I'm gonna get over it. James, non-motivation.
It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like every
Yeah.
What's the motivator then? Is it like the pay? If you're getting paid really well, then you don't give a shit. Then that
I don't know.
helps.
Just being content in your job.
Yeah.
You may have a job you don't get paid I don't get paid a ton at my job, but I'm content doing what I'm doing. So
Yeah.
it's nice.
So part of the motivation is who you work with and what you're doing.
Yeah.
It can be a balance.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a job where you made a lot of money but you couldn't fucking stand it?
That was my last one. That was the one
Okay.
before that. Yeah.
So you made a lot of money, but
Oh, yeah.
all the other stuff was horrible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was just like you were dying for money.
Yeah.
That's basically all it was.
I don't know. Like I said, my first like real job was being a school teacher. I liked doing that. I mean, you got to like that. And that's too, like, that's what I told the kids the first year I taught. I'm like, kind of like you with your jobs. I'm like, if I ever start coming in here and I don't want to
Yeah.
be here and
If
whatever.
I'm taking it out on you, I need to not be here.
Yeah. I mean, hey,
Yeah.
that's fine if I'm in a factory at a press and I'm just pissed at myself and who gives a shit.
Yeah.
But you're just kids in here who
Yeah.
haven't made bad choices in their lives. And so you don't need to be shit on all day. So when I had enough of it, I did leave.
And I was doing like logistics, so I was talking to truckers and shippers and stuff, and
Yeah.
things like that. So you can't just be an asshole to everybody.
No.
you gotta still put on the face.
Good attitude.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing something, working together. So I've had too much of that. Okay. We're over halfway through. Sponsored by Wilson Farm Market. That's the GGHOP, the guaranteed genuine, honest to goodness 1 hour podcast. Again, milk, lemonade at Wilson Farm Market. Fudge is made. The GGHOP at gmail.com. Just say you want to win. You're in the contest. February 2nd. I think that's Monday or the 1st. We'll choose it. Maybe Scott will be here that day too. Okay. And this is a great weekend. I know it's getting ready to be, if you're a local person, it's getting ready to be pretty nasty
Oh my
out.
god.
Get to Wilson now.
Yeah.
Buy lots of milk and bread
Milk bread.
and
Chicken.
and chicken. Do it. That's it. Now we're going
Okay.
back.
yeah.
Number 4, and there's 15 of these for God's sakes. Your productivity has decreased over time. Now that tends to be the members of the band Hanson, people in payphone repair, or you are a testicle.
Nah, Hanson got better over time. Shit. The testicle one you probably vouch for, but
So if your productivity goes down over time, that is a sign you should leave. You're doing less.
Right.
Did that ever happen in your job? Did you slowly just start to just get tired of it and quit kind of slowly, like what is it called? Quiet quitting?
Quiet
is what you
quitting.
say now.
Yeah.
Did you ever do that? Or did you realize that you didn't like it and you severed ties?
No, I think I was smart enough to always like look for another job before I quit a
Yeah.
job.
Okay. So you
You
never
know.
left yourself.
No. No.
Same way with you.
I always had a plan or money in the bank. It was always one of
Sound
those
like-
things you just start missing enough days to where you're like, why the fuck am I even going to this place?
Yeah.
You know?
And it sounds like you did it the right way. I mean,
The
were
first one I
careful.
did, I did was just standing there and I'm like, I'm either going to have a heart attack and die here or I need to quit. And I just quit. Yeah.
And you saved your life. It's good to get out
Sure.
of there. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, if
It
you're
did feel like
stressing out,
it felt like parole. That's I always say that. You know?
Yeah. It feels good to get away from a shitty job. I get that. Okay. How about this one? Number 5. You find yourself talking about work negatively, and that is you are literally every person who's been employed ever.
Ever.
Yeah.
Everybody talks negative sometime about their job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Especially your old lady or your spouse. They've heard
Yeah.
it all. They know all about how.
oh,
Yeah, they know all about that bitch at work. or
Janet's a
that
bit.
guy at work.
That's
yeah.
Janet. Classic Janet.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started. Yeah. Does your significant other come home and have lots of stories about assholes at work?
Oh yeah. I mean, everybody does.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
if you work with more than 2 or 3 people, chances are at least one of them's an asshole or not doing something right.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, it's Michael.
Shit.
It's Michael,
yes.
our producer.
That's the
That's
sword in
right.
our side
let's
and the
just dump it.
problem.
He won't fight back. We'll dump it on him.
Yes. That's the person that's making sure all.
I know the
all-
guy that makes it all possible. I'll back on
He's
him.
the problem. Yeah, I think anybody, no matter what you do, that you probably have a bad day, something you dislike a little.
I always like it when somebody rolls in and you just announce, "Hey, man, I'm not having a day. Just leave me alone for the day." You know?
Yeah, just be honest.
Because I used to have partners all the time. So we like one person would run a press while the other person was checking the parts, and we'd switch throughout the day or whatever. And you'd have the same partner for a long time, and you just come in and just know, like, he's in one of those modes. We're good. And just not
Yeah,
talk.
there you go. That's good
Yeah.
communication. Just know it's his day. He's taking the Midol. He'll be
Yeah.
better tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah. 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 Negative about work? Plenty. Always in the break room. What
Yeah.
are you going to talk about in there?
Yeah.
You got to talk about the boss or something like that. I imagine even God, who created the world on the seventh day, I mean, didn't he probably just like,
Whoever his carpenter.
me, damn it.
Whoever his.
I've done a lot of work
Me, damn it.
because it's God. He's like, me, damn it.
Well, it depends on which part. My damn dad.
Yeah. I'm going to make a son. See what he can do. All right. So,
Whoever his boss was at the construction company he worked for.
who's that?
Jesus.
No.
Wasn't he a carpenter?
Yes, he was.
Yeah. I don't know if he had a boss, but he might have bitched about him.
I think he did it. And he, I think he always
Self-contractor.
I think he always measured
This
twice.
is a self-contractor.
He measured twice and cut once. Isn't that what you do? Isn't that the thing?
Yep.
That's not in the Bible, is it? That's a saying.
Yeah.
Number 6. Okay. Oh yeah. Your quality of work. So we did earlier. This is the quality of what you're doing. Your quality of work has decreased over time. Now that tends to be Alaska Airlines door maintenance crews. You may be Bill Belichick, or you are an aging sex worker.
Oh.
Those three. Yeah.
Quality goes down over time.
Oh.
And that Alaska Airlines, the door blew off. See that?
Yeah.
You see that in the news?
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah. Terrifying.
Yeah. You fly on a plane a lot? You been on several planes?
I've been on a few, but
Okay.
not very often.
James, do you fly
A few
anywhere?
times. It's been a long time.
Okay. All right. I've been on some long flights.
Oh yeah, I've been to
Overseas.
California a few times.
Yeah. I've been from London to New York and New York or Indianapolis to Amsterdam.
Amsterdam, yeah.
Yeah. Amsterdam.
we
That's a great flight.
flew from Chicago to Oregon, and we took Spirit
Yeah.
Airlines,
Yes.
the cheapest flight you could get.
Let's hang on to your seats.
The seats were as
The Dollar General of Airways.
You bring
The
them.
Dollar
You bring
General,
them. They're
yeah.
folding chairs.
Yeah.
yeah, and then as soon as like they were done, like giving the announcements and whatever, there were 3 or 4 people that unbuckled their seat and laid on the floor in their benched area and slept. I
Well-
could not believe it.
Welcome to Spirit.
There you go. I was like,
I've only seen that happen.
That one's like 5 hours.
That was long,
Yeah, it's like 5 or 6 hours.
but there's only 4 of us on the plane, and so people did just like we
Oh,
all
yeah.
sleep and lay
Yeah.
on it because yeah.
I've had a few of those when we would fly into Chicago at
they got
O'Hare,
on the floor.
and they'd take that small one from O'Hare to Indianapolis. There's been a few of those.
Yeah,
I couldn't
Yeah.
believe
nice
it.
and quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I slept on the plane like that, we
Sleep in the
we laid the seats out. Like no one
Right.
was sleeping on the
So
floor.
these people were on the floor.
Oh my god. One of them is yeah.
I've never had enough room to sit, let alone sleep.
I don't think I really want to. Here's the thing too. I think that I don't think I want to fly anymore.
No.
I'd rather take
No,
the train.
last few times I went to California, drove back.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's cramped. It's just not. It's like a bus anymore.
Yeah.
It's not what it used to be. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're just
I-
dependent on whoever fixed the plane, whoever's driving the plane.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whoever bolted the door on.
I don't even like when, other people are driving my car.
Alaska Airlines is the one that a few years ago. That's the one that it ended up crashing, but it had like 40 minutes of where it flew upside down.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
a lot of fun. All right, number 7.
Yeah, yeah.
You find it more difficult to focus on your work, and this tends to be employees with access to the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go.
People always look at their phones or doing.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was at Walmart
Yes.
with Matt the other day, and we were walking, and now they Walmart, since the pandemic, they'll shop for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that you got all these people walking with carts and bins and all this. There's this kid walking, and he's got his phone, and he's scrolling through TikTok as he's going through. It's kind of funny. Wasn't paying attention to anything. It was just scrolling through TikTok.
That's going to be your dentist in 10 years. That's
Yeah.
hilarious. TikTok. Are you,
The AI will be doing all that stuff by then anyway.
are you focused at work now? I mean, when you're doing stuff, you're talking to people, you're doing your thing.
No, I kind of wanted to have a hamster and a wheel job now, so I don't have to think about shit anymore. It's just kind of just do what I'm doing, and so I'm just listening to podcasts and music all day,
Nice.
trying to re-educate myself on some shit.
Very good.
Yeah,
Good luck.
Yeah.
good luck.
He is.
Yeah.
He's doing. He's heading. He's
Trying.
going a different way.
Whatever.
Trying to distract myself.
I was always able to concentrate on the work and do the stuff right. I think most of the time, you know.
I
But
think you always, if you're somewhere for a long time and you get really good at your job,
Sure.
I think it gets to a point where if you're not being respected for the amount of good work you're doing, that'll kind of do it too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Being undervalued.
Yeah.
That's in here. Number 8. You feel undervalued
Yeah.
at work.
Yeah.
Now that tends to be dancers at the strip club on the shitty side of town.
Yeah,
Yeah. You all know what I'm talking about.
or
Whatever-
right off the overpass.
Yeah. Whatever city you're in, there's the good strip club and then there's the shady one.
Yeah. The ones that are bad are usually by the overpass.
Yeah. But that's good. You kind of want the shady one.
There was that one.
More stuff goes
that
on.
one in Crawfordsville, and when you first walked in there, I remember it like it was yesterday. It had a huge sign because it had like an entryway.
Yeah.
And there's a huge sign up there, and it said "Trucker Discount." I always thought that was hilarious.
Trucker discount.
Trucker Discount because it
Oh
literally
my
it had a whole
God.
thing next to it where trucks parked, and yeah,
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh man.
they knew how to bring them in.
Karen, you ever been in a strip club?
I've never been in a
Let me
strip
take
club.
you into one. Okay.
I'm sorry.
I didn't know if you'd been into one.
No. No.
I had never witnessed a woman going to one till like several years back, and someone did. And whoever they brought, when they ordered drinks, they brought over coasters, and the coaster says, "We're glad you're here," like for the woman's glass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Oh no,
treat me a
women
little
that go to
nicer.
strip clubs basically get assaulted while they're there, but by the dancers.
by the dancers.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
As we've had a friend who had just turned 21 and we were taking him all out, and there was one girl with us, and it was that way. They were just all over her.
Yeah.
They didn't give shit. Like, oh, he's 21. We'll take care of him. And then, oh, it's a girl. And then the rest of us just like, yeah, here we are.
Strippers.
Yeah.
I'll skip that party.
I've been to a few. I haven't been in a long time. But just like that dick that wrote me that check, I got ripped off by some strippers. I did it once at a friend's bachelor party, and I gave her this money, and I was like, "Hey, this is for like a couch dance for him and something." And she dances for like 2 minutes or something with this guy, and then she's like, "I gave him an extra nice dance, or whatever." I'm like, "Whoa!" I'm like, "No, man! I gave you this money. You said this," and she just takes off walking, right? And so this is in Indianapolis, and I'm not going to say the place because it's still there. I'm sure Vega or whoever this butthole's name was is long gone. But so I tell all my friends I'm with. There's like 10 of us there. And then she comes out now for a second go round of coming out dancing. She's been gone for a bit. And I tell them like, "Hey, this is the fucking asshole." And so we're all sitting around the stage. We all get up and get away from it. And that lady got pissed off and got a bouncer involved of like that I'm fucking around with her or something. But all 10 of us stood up at the same time and left the table when she stood up there. It's like, "Fuck you, you cheating, ass stealing bitch."
I had a friend who
Ugh, don't
we-
steal your money.
we were at the strip club. He starts talking to one of them. He actually says, I think I might go out with her or something. Like, oh, yeah, whatever. He was talking to her out in the parking lot after things were shut down. Didn't think nothing of it. He ended up going home with us or whatever, back to where we were going. But then a few days later, he was going to one of the community colleges, and she was in one of the classes he had.
Yes.
They're
Yeah.
real people.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too. Look, I like strippers. I think it's a great job. I'm all for it. It's a good way for you to make money. But every single fucking one of them's in college.
Yeah.
Well, I'm actually here because I'm going to school for ophthalmology.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. But yeah, your friend that did that, I have something close to that. I went to a strip club and went with some friends. I was available. I was between wives. And this one, I keep tipping this one because, man, dude, it was pretty
She
nice.
was standing behind the four-wheeler.
She was the woman standing behind the
I looked that
four-wheeler.
up, too. She pretty
Did
good.
you?
Yeah.
Holy moly,
Yeah.
that's and whoever you are over there in Wales, you are fucking gorgeous.
Refer to
Damn.
our previous episode.
Oh my God, yeah. So I get several dances with this girl, and then she's like, "Well, hey, here's a couple free passes to come see me like the next couple days or something." And so in my mind, I'm like, I'm in love with a stripper. And so I was all excited. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go back the next night, hang out, buy her a few drinks, and I'm going to take this stripper home. I go back the next time. She spent the entire time with like this guy that looked like he was like 70, but buying her drinks, paid me no mind. That's when I learned
Yeah.
the strippers they don't want to date you.
No.
No, especially when you're poor, like me. Not a 70-year-old guy with money to spend. Okay, how about this one? You might have this one. You're tired before, during, and after work. Now, this tends to be narcoleptics, working moms,
Yeah.
okay, or employees being cheated by their meth dealers.
Wow.
They're not really getting the good stuff because they can't stay awake before, during.
Yeah.
I told you they were getting good. So you ever have a job like that where you just to me, that means you're absolutely, you've
Yeah.
unlike James, you need to learn to when to leave. You have not learned when to leave.
Oh, but I was to that point too. It was all kind of adding up. That was kind of the thing too. You just
Okay.
get tired the whole time.
Yeah. Tired before you show up. You're tired when you go home.
It's like the whole period of time you're not there, you're asleep, And
Yeah.
all you're thinking about is when the next time you get to go to sleep is.
I'd keep coming back to you, but we know,
I know you're
growing up,
supposed
you just did the poo thing and the fucking bacon. You had like 2 jobs.
Yeah. Yeah. I got
We
two
got
jobs,
nothing.
man.
All right. We're moving on. Number
Shit,
10.
cozy jobs.
Number 10. Now we're getting into the funnier ones. Okay. I got to be able to read it. Okay. See, there you go. You're at number 10. You're experiencing stress more frequently. Now, that tends to be people who are driving in New York to jobs. Lately they
Yeah.
block in traffic, stuff like that. Or no matter where you're currently employed, people that were comped trips to Epstein Island.
Oh.
You might have a little more stress frequently now.
Ooh.
Just a little.
Yeah.
Just a little.
Nothing funnier than pedophilia.
Uh,
Okay.
Apparently.
You're more stressed. Some of these are,
yeah.
they're rehab. Those people are like really cruel to some people.
Yeah.
Some of
that's
that stuff, that sucks if someone is really like digging in there. Although now, I don't know anymore. I don't know how many people put up with that or they don't get their phone out.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Look what this guy said to me.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of that.
maybe. Okay, we're almost there. Number 11.
Remind me when we get done. I got one I'll share off air
Oh.
about that. Yeah.
Oh, sure. Okay. All right. When we take our pee breaks after
That's
you
right.
should stick around after the show. Your work environment is less than positive. Okay. And there's only one for this one. This is Interstate Adult Theater and Glory Hole Janitors.
I wondered if he was gonna throw that out somewhere. I knew that had to be on deck somewhere. I was gonna mention it earlier, but I was like, I know at some point he's gonna have. That's the one.
Somewhere's got to have the Glory Hole Mopper. The Glory Hole Mopper joke. There's always.
Luge Mopper.
It's one to keep right in here. I will. I'll keep that Glory Hole one right in my pocket. I'll tell that later. Going to talk to the mayor today.
Save that for.
Yep. See what she thinks of that joke. She'll probably think I'm funny. Number 12. You feel out of place within the company culture. That tends to be non-smokers who work at a tobacco factory, or you are Franklin from the Peanuts gang. Give the guy a show.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Franklin's the black character in the Peanuts.
Oh,
He doesn't fit the culture.
I was that way at some of my jobs, but the opposite.
Yeah, you're the only
I was the only white guy.
metal white guy.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I didn't watch the rest of his cast either, so it don't really.
Okay.
I didn't watch Charlie Brown.
I think even that one butterscotch looking girl has a show, but poor Franklin. Yeah. So you feel out of place within your company culture. Have you ever,
No, I
Yeah.
can't. I mean, all my jobs are very.
I was thinking more if you're like a button down person and you're working at some kind of crazy, wacky ad firm where they're always
Or like somebody
doing
that's
jokes.
or somebody that's like corporate, but they open a bar that's more of a trashier bar.
Yeah.
So the only thing is, I did a lot of practical jokes at one of the kitchens I worked at.
You played a lot of practical jokes
Oh
on people?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
tell us one.
All right.
Go ahead.
So the woman that I did this to has passed away, rest her soul. But she got so mad at me, she wouldn't speak to me for probably, I don't know, a month. And we worked morning shift together. So
Did you get
we'd
a-
be the only two that would come in the morning. And
Did you get a chance to reconcile before she passed away?
I I don't know. I don't think we ever really like tackled it, but I know enough time went by that she eventually.
Okay.
So what I did
Yes.
was we worked early shift, and you had lockers downstairs, and you would change, put on your work uniform, and I ran down ahead of her, and I had climbed in her locker.
All
And
right.
jumped out at her, and it was terrifying. I only had my underwear on.
And you were naked.
And what?
She only had her
What?
underwear on.
What did you say? I can't stop
I thought that
whispering
was
over there, Franklin.
hilarious. I thought it was so funny.
It sounds funny. I want to laugh. I just can't hear the end of the damn story. Will you tell me what happened?
She said she only had her underwear on.
You only had your underwear on.
And I jumped out, and she was so mad at me, and I'm just laughing my ass off, and it was not funny.
And you were about 20, right-ish?
No, actually, I was 28 by then.
Okay, you're 28, but how old was this person? Was she like
She
70?
was she's probably in her late 50s.
Yeah? Shit. $10 more for the kids. Okay, so
there's that one.
you jumped out almost nude. Did you do you have any designs on this?
No,
Okay.
not at all.
I didn't know if
I
this
just
was
thought it
some
was
sex thing.
funny. I just thought it was funny.
So she was really angry about it?
Yeah.
For
yeah.
years? She never forgave you for that?
For a little while. I mean, it was whatever.
Okay.
It was just weird. It was a weird thing. I mean,
That's a good story.
I realize you two probably would
think it's
enjoy
a
it,
great
but
story.
she didn't like it.
It involves nudity and bakeries and
And then the others were we had a person would go around and take stock of all the things that you need in the freezers and coolers and stuff. And he had a little like push cart he would take with him, and he'd always have his coffee sitting there. And so when he went into a freezer once, I licked the rim of his coffee.
We used to take the straw out and light the end of it on fire so it'd melt, so the straw wouldn't work anymore, and then put it back
Oh,
in there.
nice.
Yeah.
You licked this person's coffee?
Yeah.
Did they know?
No. never
That's not a
told him.
practical joke. I mean, I think
Okay.
there's somewhere that's a
right, that's
felony
just-
or something. Actually, what are you doing? That's hilarious. So far, you've exposed yourself to the elderly. You've licked people's cups.
You was allowed to do all this in the 90s.
I guess so. The 90s were
Yeah,
a
you
wild
can't
time.
do any of these now.
Oh,
I
bullshit.
took a condom and put it in my boss's mailbox. Like a
Give him a hint?
unopened a package, stuck it
Yeah.
in there. And then I got so nervous about it
Yeah.
because I just knew if
You thought it was
anybody's
like a
gonna get
Valentine?
pegged,
It
it's
was a
gonna get
woman?
me. And so like he came into the office, and I waited till he left his office room, and I went in and grabbed it real quick and took it back because I was.
Now, was this
I
fun?
knew
Were
I'd
were
get
you
in
interested in this guy? Was this a thing to say, hey,
No.
use this big extended thing on me?
No.
Okay. All right. I have one where I played a joke on somebody and it didn't go good.
Okay.
I was working at Marsh. These are grocery stores in the central Indiana region, if you're from far away. Now they're all defunct and gone. So I was working at the one in Lafayette on Teal Road. And so one morning I get up there, and the office manager person's like, hey, Bill, can you come up here? Because I was the bag boy. But I was a 2-star bag boy. I'll tell you that another time. Worked there like 3 days, got 2 stars. Amazing. Met Don Marsh, actually. And that's a real story. So they're like, hey, Bill, could you come up here? It's like, there's been a mouse up here, and it's in a trap and it's dead, but I put it in. She goes, can you get a plastic sack? And I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. And it's still not a lot of people there. It's like 8 a.m, very quiet. So I'm like, yeah, here, I got it. Thanks a lot. And I start to walk back the one way, like go throw away. I'm like, oh, I know what I'm going to do. So I turn around, and now I walk through the produce, and I get back to the deli. And I forget this girl's name. I'm like, hey, Angie. She's like, yeah. I'm like, hey, come here. Some person, older guy, comes in here, says he bought this turkey breast yesterday, and it tastes funny or whatever. So, I mean, I don't know, whatever. You check it out. And she's like, oh, sure, let me see that. And this woman opened the fucking sack and screamed like nothing, man. It scared me. It went into a register like in some like
Yeah.
early
Blood curdling.
yeah, like
Yeah.
for your ancestors to warn you that trouble's happened, and starts shaking and like starts walking away, and then now 2 or 3 other women come running out like, what's the matter? Oh my God, what's the matter? And she's like doing it. They're helping her away. Then the lady was like
Wow.
the head lady. I think her name was Barb, and she comes up there and she's like, oh shit, and she's like, whoever her name's Sarah. She's like,
Deathly afraid of.
Sarah's only fear on earth is mice. And I took a mouse back to this fucking person.
Showed Superman.
I
kryptonite.
apologized over. She finally, yeah. But she was shaking for hours. Yeah, nowadays I'd be on here. I'd be some kind of AP story. I'd have to, the 10-minute apology of
Cancel
how
him.
sorry I am.
Cancel him.
I'm not sorry at all. Number 13, we're getting there. And you these are good. You lack opportunities for advancement. That tends to be people who direct films for Alec Baldwin.
Right.
Okay. We've all had the dead end job stuff, right? I mean, there's not a lot going on.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh boy. This one's okay. Your work isn't challenging enough.
Yeah.
Tend to be people who host podcasts on Rumble.
Right.
And the last one, last but not least, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotta make sure I get this. Oh yeah. No. Your work-life balance is suffering. Now that tends to be people in high-powered, a lawyer or a doctor, or you just might be former WWE superstar Chris Benoit.
Right.
He killed his family.
Yeah.
He murdered his entire family. Too soon? Sorry.
Too soon.
Well, I was wrong. Couldn't make you laugh. I'll be damned. I thought I had
I
some
like
good ones there
laughing.
today. So that's the Indeed.com 15 ways you know that you're at a bad job. And if you are out there and you are at a bad job, channel James.
Yeah. Just fucking quit.
Just fucking leave.
Yeah.
There's plenty of other jobs out there.
Backup plan.
We
for,
live so. I mean, if you're from Central Indiana, you live in Central Indiana. There's something else for you to be doing,
Absolutely.
and you can find it. Sometimes you'll get into something, and you'll think, because like when I started bartending and serving, I never done any of that shit before. I didn't even want to be around people. I hadn't even been around people in years.
Yeah,
Started
you gotta
doing
take a
it.
chance.
Loved it. Like fucking loved talking to everybody, getting to meet new people,
Something new, something totally different.
tons of new friends.
And always know, I think we all are adults here. I mean, you can't love everything about your job all
No,
the time.
there's gonna be
Nobody's
shit
like
days.
that.
You're gonna have a shit day even if you don't have a job.
Of course.
You know,
But if you're really going to something that you really can't stand all the time, do yourself,
if
your
it's
family.
making you physically unhealthy,
Yes.
be done with it.
Yeah, it affects your family life, things like that. So, and God, yeah, there's plenty of things. It's an extended weekend, but we'll be here Monday. J Large again on the show. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Anything going exciting this weekend? You sticking around home?
Just home.
Just home, just hanging out.
Yep.
I forgot, but I'm bringing them by today. They're on the dresser. I'm bringing those special ears so you and your husband can romp around this
Could
weekend.
be a better weekend.
I see. It's going to be a fun weekend inside.
Oh my God.
Then you'll have an exciting announcement on Monday. Guess who's preggy?
No.
Come on. Have one later in life. That'd be fun.
Oh,
We could
me?
follow you through the pregnancy on the show. We could do the
Tube
birth
side.
live. Oh,
It would be a miraculous gift. I would
miraculous
welcome it
conception.
tremendously.
Okay.
But the odds are
Okay, you heard it. You heard it, listeners. We got to get Karen pregnant. James, you impregnating anybody this weekend or
No,
anything
got a
like
vasectomy back in 2014.
Well done,
I
well
got to
done.
worry about that.
that? Free? He's free.
I'll try though.
Are you doing anything this
Meantime, she left me.
weekend fun and exciting?
No.
Are you going to watch any of the football that's on?
Maybe if I'm awake.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Very good. All right.
Just not looking forward to this weather at this point.
No.
I'm just dreading it.
The weather here in central Indiana has taken a turn the past day and a few next
Yeah,
hours.
it's
so
supposed to start being bad.
yeah, that's part of the fun.
I got to drive to Lafayette later.
You got to
Hopefully
drive
it's not
Lafayette.
too
You could
bad.
probably sail. Well, I guess if you were going to Kokomo, you could sail there.
Well, once again, we want to thank Wilson Farm Market for sponsoring this fabulous show, the Guaranteed Genuine Honest to Goodness 1 Hour podcast. Also, Frankfurt Beer Works
Frankfurt Beer Works.
for providing the great tap room here. We appreciate that too. Again, looking for the giveaway. Want to win the fudge and chocolate milk from Wilson Farm Market? Just send us the ggghop@gmail.com. You want some relation advice? The Dear Guy. If we read yours on, we give you the shirt. Glad to give it away. So have a great weekend. Be safe out there. Once again, treat other people how you want to be treated. Lighten the hell up, and you go make somebody laugh today. Because again, I can't.